glue and fairy dust. Today we are going to make this easy fall DIY pumpkin sign. My name is Amy and I'm grateful you joined me today. I did get my supplies from the Dollar Tree. The first thing we're going to use is a Dollar Tree pumpkin. Remove the stem and I'm going to use Waverly Antique Wax chalk paint. And I'm going to put a generous coat on. So I just want to appreciate you for stopping by today. I know you had a lot of things that you could have done, but you stopped by here, and I'm glad that we get to share this few minutes out of the day together. So I'm going to go ahead and put this generous coat on, going with the grain of the wood as always. Now I didn't paint the back. Normally I would. I was planning on maybe using this for a different project. So now you can see I've made a stencil out of contact paper from the Dollar Tree. So I'm just going to weed my stencil out. You can use any stencil for this project, and this was a pre-made design that I got off of Creative Fabrica. However, this would be fairly easy to recreate with any letters and any fonts. I just happen to like this one. I honestly couldn't decide at the time if I was going to use the little designs on the side, so I did weed them out, and then I thought if I didn't decide to use them later on, it would be no big deal. So I do have new transfer tape with this, and when you use contact paper, especially when you use antique wax or something that it doesn't stick to as well, it is a little more difficult. You'll see that I kind of struggle with this a little bit, and with patience, time, and actually a little editing, you can see a little blue dot there. I got it on once before, and then I noticed I had put the stencil on a little crooked, so I had to take it off and start all over again. But again, you can see with just working with it, it does eventually come off. Now, it may not lay down perfectly to begin with, but that's okay if you're just careful with your design. It stays intact. Once you remove the transfer tape, then you can go ahead and lay everything down. I did have to move the top part of the G, as you can see. It was just a little bit out of place, but again, no worries. I didn't do any pre-painting of the agave paint. I just started laying it down. Being careful when I got to the edges, not to push, maybe more to paint as opposed to push or dab. So I didn't get anything underneath. This is Waverly Chalk Paints Agave, and I do love this color for fall. I just feel like it's kind of a great transition color between summer and fall. It's kind of a little more muted than some of the summer colors are. So this is kind of a transition. And I don't know about you, but I'm ready for fall. I love fall because of the colors, because of the weather, and also I look really good in fall clothing. Summer is not my time of year, but I do look great in fall clothing. So I'm really excited for fall. As you can see, I'm being really careful here just to try to, put it on nicely. And as you can see, if you don't follow the grain when you do the wood, if you go against the grain, then it doesn't go on quite as dark, which is fine if you want it to look a little more rustic. Go ahead and weed out my design. Now you can see here, I did make a little oops when I weeded out that O, but no problem. It's fine. I just scraped it off with a Q-tip and we're fine. This was a pick that I got from the Dollar Tree. I'm just cutting it apart, and I'm not going to end up using everything on this design, but I will use it for other things. Now, I did take this right down to the very flower on this because I'm going to put it right to the edge. This is just a simple, hey, fall is coming kind of statement. This is not a huge design, but I also thought that I could use this in a wreath later on. Now, as you'll notice, I did cover the top stem with jute twine. I lost the footage on that, but it's pretty easy to do. And then I felt like the stem needed a leaf to make it look a little more pumpkin. So I did take the leaves from that same pick and I attached them on. And then I took one of the tops of one of the stems that came with it and put in the middle just to finish it off. So it didn't look like I had glued two leaves to the top. After that, it's just time to make a stand. Now, I had a piece of wood already that I had painted green that I kind of just had in my stash. I attached that, and I was just going to lean it up against that, but the way I attached the flowers, it didn't quite work. So I used another piece of wood. I left the sign on and everything because I knew I could remove all of this if I chose to. And then I just hot glued it within inches of its life. I put some on randomly that I didn't need as well. And as you can see, this worked actually really good. It's quite sturdy. So there we go. It's just a cute fall sign. It's easy. I hope you'll come again. I appreciate you staying for this long, and hopefully we'll see you again. If you could like, subscribe, and share, we all know the deal. I really appreciate you taking your time to stop by today. I hope you have a great day. Thank you so much.